What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Club and Country. This is episode number 46, and we start today's episode off with a game against Barcelona here in the Copa del Rey round of 16. So we beat Tenerife in a round of 32 to set up this tie in a round of 16, obviously. And of course, we faced Barcelona last year in the Copa del Rey in the round of 16, so I was kind of hoping to avoid them in the draw again, but unfortunately, fate is not in our hands because we just had our first loss in many games in the last episode, in the last game to Real Madrid. So the one team I didn't want to face next was going to be Barcelona, really. But regardless, Barcelona were the side we were drawn against here, so wasn't really sure how to feel coming into this game. To be honest, obviously we knocked them out last year in a round of 16 on our way to reaching the semi-finals. Ironically, it was them Real Madrid who beat us in the semis. You can see where we're having the problems here with Racing Santander, can't you? But regardless, coming to the game, and last year we would have drawn strength. No, we could beat Barcelona in the round of 16. So maybe we could do it again. But obviously with our first loss in so many games to Real Madrid in the last game, I was sort of, I don't know, I was half and half. I was like, we did it last year, we can do it again. But then I thought, then again, we did lose our last game 3-0 at home. So not really sure how to feel. But the first chance did fall to us. Unfortunately for us though, the goalkeeper made a very good save. And then Bigaz's strike almost found the back of the net. What a goal that would have been. Unfortunately though, it did go just over the bar. But it was one of those games which didn't really have anything to it. And I hate to show you these type of games because I know you must sit there and think this is not really the type of action we want to watch. But to be honest, it was one of those games where, after losing the last game 3-0, clearly we need to defend better. So instead of going to attack in any stage, I went pretty much defensive right from the kickoff and thought so long as we can limit Barcelona's chances, I'll be happy. And we did, because they didn't really have any chances at all, really. The one save that Pacheco made, who started ahead of Ruben Blanco in this game, early on the first half, which you would have just seen briefly, was the only thing they created. Barcelona didn't really up the tempo or do anything. They passed the ball around in typical Barcelona fashion, nice passing plays, but nothing really substantial. So I took the draw, a 0-0 draw, as a positive result. We didn't lose, we didn't have two losses in a row, we didn't concede an away goal, which is always important for me, and we didn't concede again, and it's okay. It's a decent result. So yes, of course, we would have liked to have scored. That's now 2 games without a goal, but regardless, it's not a bad result, and we'll take it. But still, after that, we also saw that Tunkara Lazio weren't happy with the loan future fee we put in, so we upped it to £1.25 million, and also as well more rejects for our goalkeeper Ruben Blanco. As you can see, another bid comes in here, this time from the French side Montpellier, and again we asked them for just £7 million on its own. I don't want to sell the guy, and there's no way that these clubs are going to match that for a goalkeeper only valued at £600,000, but you never know. Still, following that, Juventus did indeed accept a £1 million deal for bid for Carlos Blanco, so Blanco looks as though he is probably going to return to our team, which is great. In the first season he came in out on loan, and he was really good for us. Him and Derek worked really well together, and Carlos Blanco, I've lost the scout report on the guy. I've been told the reason that scout reports get lost is because they're only available for 2 months, which kind of sucks, to be honest. But I lost the scout report on him. But in the summer he was valued at overall 71, so he'd go straight into our first team, and Bigaz will probably get shifted out to left back where he can play there, and Schwarzer would drop to the bench. So yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. That is if Blanco does sign, which hopefully, touch wood, he will. But regardless, we'll have to wait and see. The defence hasn't been the problem this year. That's the point. Scoring goals has been the problem, not defending. So why I'm going in for a new centre-back, I'm not entirely sure myself. But I guess really I just want to make sure we can sign some very decent young potential players, because obviously it defeats the point of the series if we don't do that. And when they're available for a cheap deal like £1 million, it's probably best to, whether that area is strong for you or not. But still, we take on Eibar here for the second of 3 games of today's episode. And the first chance fell there, but the shot went wide of the post. And a few minutes later here, well, one of the things we didn't really do in the Real Madrid game and last league game against Real Madrid was didn't pass the ball around very well. We gave it away too many times, and that's why Real Madrid won the game by 3-0. But well, this is a really nice passing goal, and for the most part this season and throughout the series, really we have passed the ball around really nicely. But in the Real Madrid game, it was one of those which didn't really work for us when it came down to moving the ball around and retaining possession quite nicely. But I thought that was a very nice goal. Lots and lots of players involved there. No real surprise that the majority of the team team come to celebrate with Mariano. It was a very, very nice team goal, really nicely worked. And, you know, Buenacasa has scored 4 goals this year in, I think it's 21 games. Mariano now gets his 4th in 16. This is his 16th appearance for us. Neither strikers really worked out for us, so, you know, it's always nice to know that one of them will score eventually, but it takes way too long. We do need to sort of work on that, to be honest. That's my fault, obviously, for not being good enough in front of goal. But to be honest, it was how the game finished, and again, I hate to say this, but it was a really, really poor game. Nothing really happened. After the Mariano goal, it was like a whole hour's worth of in-game football, which was just pass, 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 give the ball away, opponents pass, 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 give the ball away, wheel pass, and nothing really happened at all. But at the end of the day, the most important thing was the 3 points. We got them, we bounced back after 2 games without a win, and we'll take it. Obviously, you know, yes, it may not have been a pretty win, but we'll certainly take it. Following that, Carlos Blanco declined his contract. He wants to be a crucial first team player here, which he will be, so I don't mind giving him that. And also, Lazio accepted the loan deal for Tunkara plus 1.25 million on a future fee if we want to pay that. And Tunkara is still 68 overall. He's only 20 years old. He's valued at 775 grand, so 1.25 million pounds for a future fee may be a little bit over his valuation if we decide to take that offer up come the end of the season. Of course, we may say he wasn't good enough and let him go back to Italy, but regardless, it's not too much to pay over his valuation, and I'm pretty satisfied. You know, that's our first loan deal we've got during the series with a future fee attached to it. I probably should have done that from the start, really. So just in case, you know, he does turn out to be what we want, we can sign him on a permanent deal. So yeah, I'll take that deal. I'll certainly take it. Again, you know, we're not going to lose any money whatsoever guaranteed other than the wages we'll be paying for him. The future fee isn't a guarantee, so we'll take that deal. We'll take that deal all day long. Still, we take on Barcelona here for the third and final game of today's episode here in the Copa del Rey round of 16 second leg. Obviously, drawing the first leg 0-0. We came into this game not really knowing what to expect. Of course, last year we beat Barcelona in both legs, but coming into this game, I felt as though it would be a lot more difficult and a lot more tense. And Rakitic did have the first chance of the game, but the Croatian shot goes wide of the post and behind for a goal kick. And in the 45th minute here, Barcelona come forward again with Neymar finding Suarez into Deulofeu. Back to Suarez, lovely build-up, and Ruben Blanco getting the start in this game ahead of Pacheco, who started the first leg, having to make a very good save. So still Barcelona 0, Racing Santander 0. Barcelona having all the chances in the first half, but in the second half, 5 minutes after the restart, Keiko almost scores a wonderful free kick. Unfortunately for us though, it did nestle onto the roof of the net and go behind for a goal kick. So still Barcelona 0, Racing Santander 0. Our first real chance of the game, but not too far off the mark. But from the goal kick, Claudio Bravo passes the ball out and eventually Barcelona retain possession. But as Sergio Roberto picks the ball up here, he passes it towards his man and eventually he's dispossessed, and it comes to Oliver Torres, who plays it through the middle to Ander Kepa, who's onside. What a chance here. Bravo makes the save, but it comes back to Ander Kepa and he turns it into the open goal as he heads the ball over Bravo, who's on the floor after the save, and makes it Barcelona 0, Racing Santander 1. So why was I so pleased that the game finishes a 0-0 draw at El Sardinero? Because Barcelona didn't score an away goal, meaning coming into this game, yes, we've got trouble scoring goals this year, no one's going to deny that, and I'll be the first to admit it, but all we needed really was one goal to give ourselves a huge advantage into the game, because Barcelona now had to score 2 goals against the side who this year are the league's best defensive record. No, that has the league's best defensive record. So, you know, not too many teams have scored too many goals against us this year, and that's why the away goal was so crucial. So Barcelona 0, Racing Santander 1. 9 minutes before the end, I thought it was 2-0 as Buenacasa scores a wonderful volley, but unfortunately for us, the goal is disallowed. A real shame as well, because it was him who won us the ball back. We go down the right hand side, cross the ball in. As you can see, he's just offside. Correct decision by the linesman, but very, very close. So Buenacasa denied his first goal for a very long time there through the offside flag, and correctly so. So still Barcelona 0, Racing Santander 1, but really Barcelona did not press enough, and I've mentioned this a few times already. You know, they just didn't really give us enough cause for concern, like in the first leg. You know, I mean, you know, the first leg wasn't as important, but even so, they just didn't do enough really to show us that they wanted to go far in the Copa del Rey. And the final chance did fall here in stoppage time as Messi chips the ball to the far post. We get it away, but it's not fully dealt with here. Eventually it comes to Montoya, the right back. He slides it into Pedro, who does finish it at the near post there. Ruben Blanco probably should have kept it out, but didn't. But Pedro does score and makes it Barcelona 1, Racing Santander Santander won. So Barcelona get themselves back in the game, but why was it so important we got the away goal? Because I knew that Barcelona, despite having a very good side and despite the fact they did score 3 goals against us this season in the league, I knew they wouldn't be able to score 3 goals again. I felt as though 1 goal would be enough, and it was, because directly from kickoff the referee blows for full time, Ruben Blanco celebrates and the keeper celebrates. He got the goal, we are through, and for the second time in 2 seasons we knock out Barcelona in the Copa del Rey round of 16. They must be sick of us, but we are through on away goals, and that is fantastic. So as always guys, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the episode, please do leave a like, and I will see you for the next episode of Club and Country very soon.